Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Taurus, June 7, 2022. With the moon's move into your solar 7th house for a stay of over 2 days, you're more relationship-focused. While there can be a tendency today to become easily offended or frustrated, consider that tension building within you has to do with a desire to grow and improve. In the first half of the day, you may feel a little vulnerable or open to influence, and distinguishing your feelings from others' wishes can be difficult. You're seeking intensity on the one hand and uncomplicated moments to yourself on the other. Still, today can be good for learning more about yourself and the important people in your life. One-on-one interactions can be very instructive right now. It depends on what your motives are as to whether you decide to play today or not. The astral configuration can get you involved in some very philosophical discussions and some very intricate conversations. If you can be bothered, it will be because you see that after hours of chin-wagging, you may get something a little more to your liking, the total undivided attention of your beloved. It is not likely you will go through all this for nothing. Touch base with your colleagues or clients, now that the moon has entered your opposite sign, Leo. As Luna shimmers with adoration and emotion, you might feel more sensitive than usual. It could be a fantastic location to take a soft approach to your working relationships, especially any that may be rough around the edges or notably raw. By taking a more intuitive, parental approach, you can better nurture the professional relationships you hold in high esteem. You could even use this domicile moon to nurture new professional commitments too. Are you ready? Are you in shape for what is going to happen? The celestial aspects are heralding a new cycle that will be filled to the brim with activities, new people, and new professional perspectives. Let's hope that you have been able to get rested up lately. If you haven't, try to schedule in some afternoon naps. Not everything in your private life is running as well as you would like. Friends and family have their own wishes and goals and are not bound to show consideration to you. Even though it's tough, accept that some situations will not run according to plan. Try to change your perspective and understand others' points of view. This is the best strategy at present. You're feeling emotionally grounded today and totally able to take in any news that comes your way, even the bad stuff. Of course, you're mostly hearing the good stuff, so it's all happy times. If you are longing for love and the feeling of security this brings, don't always pursue it with such vigor or be overly concerned if a love you want isn't always available. You can get what you want by taking your time, being a little more relaxed and calm. A brand new outlook brings with it the promise of success. Take the practical route today. It is in your best interest to incorporate your emotions into your plan instead of trying to fight with them at this time. Your incredibly strong feelings can either be your greatest asset or your worst nightmare. The choice is entirely up to you. On a day like this, you may find that you can use them to your advantage. Just make sure that you are controlling them, and not vice versa. You may find that your artistic nature is strong on this day. You may also find that you consider the more spiritual side of yourself. On this day, it can happen that your creative insights are more contemplative and spiritual, and there is much you can gain insight into. By letting yourself explore this, chances are you will find new methods of communication if you continue to delve into your expressive nature. Take some time in solitude to explore these new areas. Just as Saturn is settling into his early days in retrograde motion in your career sector and with the moon still 2 days away from its monthly visit to your work sector, today's playful and creative lunar vibes are the perfect circuit breaker. With the second half of this working week when things are set to come together across the income, work, and career fronts, even the professional gods are giving you permission to hold back. Meanwhile, the moon's friendly aspect to Venus for the only time while she is in Taurus is giving you a better read on what your heart is telling you. While the moon's return to your romantic sector can make these the most romantically charged days of any month, even more so when it forms a friendly aspect to Venus, the planet of love in Taurus today. While setting the scene for a romantically charged day, This could have a positive impact on Venus' mission to update your heart's desires and expectations for the coming year. Our eyes in the sky. A day after we all felt the relief of Mercury headed direct, power player Saturn goes retrograde while paired with progressive air sign Aquarius, urging us all to do some serious introspective work related to the future. What do you want to invest in emotionally? Do the things in your life you've been focusing on lately deserve the attention you shower on them, or is karma pointing you in a new direction? Taking stock of your life can be an exhausting task, but the rewards are many. Putting your career in a reflective spotlight for the next 4 months will help you come up with long-term goals and innovative solutions to your life aspirations, which in turn will help you reach the success you've dreamed of and deserve. So, what's the main lesson of this serious, inward examining transit? Keep your head down, put in the work and be willing to expand your mind in new directions when the time is right. The cosmic weather is quiet today until the Leo moon opposes Saturn in Aquarius, generating resistance. It might be difficult to communicate without fear or guilt creeping into our consciousness. On the other hand, we might literally be prevented from expressing ourselves by virtue of authority figures standing in our way. The best course of action is to look at our situation objectively instead of allowing it to wound our pride. Yes, right now, we are stalled. How can denial serve as a teacher? What can we learn from this moment if our immediate response isn't to assign blame for our disappointment? Instead of drawing unnecessary lines in the sand that will be hard to retract later, allow yourself to feel your feelings fully so you can make sense of them in a mature fashion. Late in the afternoon, the moon squares Mercury in Taurus, stimulating self-doubt. Questioning our personal rationale creates seeds of unrest, making us moody. We might not even realize the true source of our angst at this time. We are only able to understand it in hindsight. Yet this confrontation is helpful, as it forces us to re-examine our biases and how our behaviors inform our choices. We still have about 2 weeks until Mercury exits its post-retrograde shadow, making this a perfect occasion to cover old ground and adjust how we respond to familiar triggers. The moon then falls into a void of course lasting for the rest of the day, suggesting we take this time for self-reflection.